Also, wanted to definitely do a little brief, not really a tribute, but definitely just rest in peace to Terry Reid, who passed away
I saw
recently.
that.
Dude, probably like, and I know that sort of music is not everybody's thing, but like the mellow, acoustic, almost like America. This was before Americana was a thing. The Seed of Memory album in particular is like one of my favorite records of all time. Just from beginning to end. So like he was one of those guys that turned down Led Zeppelin back in the day. He turned down
Well,
Deep
that was
Purple. So he was like sought after as a singer, but he never really became like a household name or any. I mean, really that well known aside from over there in the UK a little bit. That Seed of Memory record is totally out of print and hasn't been in print in like 30 or 40 years. So it's unfortunate. I think he's one of those guys that was like great, but pretty much an unknown.
mm,
Devil's Rejects was the movie that brought his name out there really to
yeah.
the U.S.
That's
That's
where I
that's how
first
I,
discovered him. Yeah,
yeah, that's how I first heard of him too, and I was like, holy shit! Like these songs, the Seed of Memory song in particular, like just great. I mean,
hmm
just good road music, listen to on a drive or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he's 75 years old. I don't think he was touring or playing music or anything anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, Terry Reid's all over the Devil's Rejects soundtrack.
yeah. Devil's Rejects is where I first discovered Terry Reid, and I was a huge fan of that movie when it came out. Still am, uh, but that soundtrack, and I was just like, ooh, I had that experience where I was like listening to it, and I recognized like most every other song on there because it was like
Yeah,
But then I heard those songs, like, God, it sounded familiar in a weird way. It was like I've heard this before somewhere, but I had never heard the music before until the movie, and then I looked it up and started listening to that
yeah.
shit all the time. Right, that was
It's
right around high school
weird
for me.
that, like, I don't know what the rights are, but like, yeah, that never. I think there was somebody, Cinema Attacks mentioned that it was reissued in the UK on CD. And I think that's the CD that I have. I do have the vinyl, but that thing's like, I got it for like $60, which was a killer deal, but it's usually like over $100.
Wow.
But yeah, man, like, hopefully at some point they'll do like a proper remaster and on all his stuff because his stuff's pretty hard to find, really. Like I said, he was never a big star or anything, and just
hmm
had like a small run of records over the span of maybe 10 years or so. So yeah, definitely rest in peace to Terry Reid.